Does your anxiety or OCD get you so frazzled that you explode? Let's talk about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, I'm Natasha Daniels. I'm a child therapist and an OCD specialist, and I make videos to help kids with anxiety and OCD crush that problem. Today, I'm talking about your mood, because for most kids with anxiety or OCD, the mood is a tricky thing, because when you live on edge all the time, it's common to explode. It's common to be really angry. It's common to be irritable and to be what I call prickly. And unfortunately, that gets you nowhere fast, because when you get prickly, when you explode like a bomb, people tend to not like that. Have you noticed? You tend to get punished or yelled at, and people don't get you, and they don't realize that it's coming from your anxiety or your OCD. And so I want people to understand you. I don't want people to misunderstand you, because when they misunderstand you, they treat you in the way that is not helpful. They will punish you or yell at you or discipline you or call you labels that aren't you, that you're manipulative or oppositional or difficult or bratty or entitled. Bad words for a kid who's actually just nervous or is dealing with OCD. So you have to realize first that people around you are not mind readers. Because I think when you're dealing with your own anxiety or your own OCD thoughts, you kind of feel like everybody knows that you're about to implode. And so you may be feeling anxious, or you might be having a lot of intrusive or upsetting thoughts. And everybody's just going about their business, doing their own thing. Or maybe your parent says, hey, you need to go take the trash out, or you need to go upstairs and go do something. And it is provoking a lot of fear, because maybe you're afraid to go upstairs, or maybe you're afraid to touch the trash. It doesn't matter. It's triggering something inside of you that creates some panic. But instead of vocalizing that and saying, I don't want to go upstairs because I'm nervous, or I don't want to take the trash out because I feel like it's dirty, instead, you just rage. I don't want to go upstairs. I don't want to take the trash out. Or maybe your parent will say, get off the computer, and you've had a really rough day and you're feeling really stressed, and it's the last straw. And you're here all day long, you're dealing with your anxiety or your OCD, and then they say, get off the computer, and you just can't take any more. It doesn't help you, because then it's like fuel on the fire. They're going to get upset with you, and then you're going to get upset that they're upset, and then you wind up probably being grounded, and now you're upset. So what do you do with that? The first thing I think to do is to recognize when you're starting to feel overwhelmed. I call it swirly. It's just what I call it. And I feel like people grow their swirls, and if they don't talk about it or do something to reduce their red swirls, they will explode. And so the first step that you need to do is to be aware of your own body, to be aware of your own thoughts. Sometimes when I'm working with my kids and I'm starting to feel pressured or stressed because I have a million things to do and they're asking me questions and I'm starting to feel really, really overwhelmed, I'll pause, because I can feel it building and building, and I know I can't take much more. So become aware of your limits. When you start to feel tense and feel really nervous about something, take a pause and be aware of it. Now, if it's possible, let's say somebody is wanting you to do something that is causing you anxiety based on your anxiety or OCD. I know this is hard, but if you can communicate that with the person that you're upset with, if you can tell your mom or tell your dad or tell your brother or sister, hey, I don't want to do that because that's making me nervous. I don't want to do that. That's scary. Trust me, you're going to get a much better response than if you scream, hit, or kick. Because when my kids say to me, I don't want to go upstairs, and I get my angry mom face on, and I'm like, go upstairs. And then my son might say, but I'm scared. I'm going to have a different reaction than if he's just being difficult. So when he says he's scared, Then I pause and I try to help him overcome his fears. We talk about what's scaring him. I talk about ways that he can beat his worries. And then sometimes we come up with a compromise, or sometimes he feels heard and then he'll do it. So let your mom or your dad or your brothers or sisters know when something is poking at your anxiety or OCD. Because if you don't tell them, they don't know. Now, some of you get upset with your mom or dad or brother or sister if they don't help you give in to your anxiety or OCD. And if they give in to your anxiety or OCD, that's not helping you. So let's say you want to avoid something, or you don't want to touch something, or you're having an OCD thought where you want them to do something that would actually grow your OCD. It's not fair to get angry with them for them not participating, because moms and dads and brothers and sisters shouldn't encourage and be on the team of your anxiety or OCD. And so it's important to recognize that and to understand that if they love you, they're not going to help your anxiety. They're not going to help your OCD. So if your anxiety is saying, I don't want to go do that, and you want them to do it for you, and they're encouraging you and trying to motivate you, like, hey, I'll go turn the light on, but then I want you to go and do it by yourself. They're trying to help you. Or if you have OCD and you don't want to touch something, or you want them to go in and touch something for you, and they refuse to be part of your compulsion, then they're trying to help you. And it's not fair to get angry at them when they are trying to make you a better, healthier person. Lastly, you want to have a plan on what you can do when you're feeling like you're about to explode. So if you feel a stress coming on, it's good to have a plan in place before it even happens. So maybe take some time with your mom or dad and write down some things that you can do when you're feeling stressed, because it's different for everyone. When my son is really upset, he does well if he's separated from everyone else. And so sometimes I'll suggest to him, hey, you know what? It looks like you're really angry right now. I know you had a bad day. Why don't you go in my bedroom and sit there on the iPad and just relax and reset and watch some TV for a minute? So come up with a list of what things help calm you down. Is it nice to go outside in the backyard and just relax? Do you need space from everybody? They're not going to know that unless you say, hey, I'm in a bad mood right now. It's not your fault. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Can you give me some space? Now, having said that, it's not fair to expect that everybody around you move away or be quiet because you're having a bad day. That's not fair. We don't control other people. We only control ourselves. So you can say, hey, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to go to my room, or I'm going to go out in the backyard. Can everybody please just not go and bother me and leave me alone? Hey, that's okay. That's fair. And then maybe your mom or dad can reinforce that and say, hey, he said he's in a bad mood. Leave him alone. Give him space. Because for you to express that is awesome. And for you to tell people, hey, I'm not doing okay. It's not your fault, but I'm not doing okay, and I just need some time alone. That is great. I do that, and I'm an adult. If I'm having a rough day and my kids are all around, I might say to them, guys, I'm in a bad mood. It's not your fault. I don't know what's actually wrong with me right now, but I'm not feeling happy. I'm feeling very annoyed. So can you guys please move away from me? I'm going to be in the kitchen cooking. Nobody come in. And then they're kind of like, Mom, let's leave her alone. She's not okay. But I'm not exploding on anybody because I've calmly communicated to everybody near me, I'm not okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's just what you do with that feeling. You're going to have times where you're not going to feel great. Anxiety and OCD are stressful situations. They're stressful conditions, and they're not going to always make you feel great. But what do you do with that feeling? You might just feel randomly angry because maybe you went to school all day and you dealt with all these really anxious feelings. You come home and you're just ready to go. That's okay. That's normal. But what are you going to do with those feelings? So write down a list of things that you like to do, whether it's going outside or watching your favorite TV show or doing arts and crafts or playing music or hanging out with friends. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Make a list, and then when you're feeling really, really upset and angry, go to your list and pick one of those activities and go do them. But don't forget to express to those people around you that you're having a rough time. Now, if words are not your friend, because words are not everybody's friend, come up with a code word. So make a code word between you and your mom and dad or your siblings, depending on how nice they are, and tell people, if I do this code word, it means I'm not okay. And if you can't talk, then don't make a code word, make a gesture. I'm not okay. Whatever. I'm not okay. Or orange, or pick something actually that you don't normally talk about. Come up with a code word, and then when people hear it, let's say you have a jokey dad and he's teasing you and you're not okay, and you don't want to communicate that you're not okay, then just do the code word. And then that will be a message to the parent. Stop. He's not okay. Stop. She's not okay. So just a couple of tips to help you, because I know that most of us with anxiety and OCD have some pretty ugly, irritable moments, and we don't want to take it out on the people that we love the most. So I hope those tips help you. Do you have a special tip for other people on what you do when you're angry? What's your best way to cope? Go ahead and leave a comment below and let people know, hey, this is a good idea. This is what I do when I'm angry. And maybe that will help other kids too. I hope you're enjoying my videos. If you are, give a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe, because I have new videos coming out every Thursday. Don't forget to find the sparkle in everything you do, and I'll talk to you next time.